एवं पिंड ब्रह्मांडयोः ऐक्यं संभूतम्
एवं पिंड ब्रह्मांडयोः
ऐक्यं संभूतम्
स्थूल शरीराभिमानी जीवनामकं ब्रह्म प्रतिबिंबं भवति
What page are we on, Sharanji?
I don't know the page number, but
Okay.
you know Jiveshwara Aikyam, that is the top. Okay, you can repeat after me now. Stula Sharira Abhimani Jivanamakam Brahma Pratibhimbam Bhavati Sayev Prakrutya Swasmat Ishvaram Bindatvena Janati
ईश्वरं जानति
Avidya Upadisan Atma
अविद्या उपाधिः आत्मा
Jivaha iti uchyate
जीवः इति उच्यते
Maya Upadisan Atma
माया उपाधिः आत्मा
Ishvaraha iti uchyate. So you all will be familiar with the text now. So even if I repeat once the line, you will be able to remember because we have seen these sentences the last 2 or 3 classes, the same sentences.
Right.
Okay. So in the last class and also in the class before the last, I have mentioned about the limitations of the Pratibimba model. You can mute your mic. This Pratibimba model, this Pratibimba Prakriya, it has certain limitations. So I explained the model with the example of the sun reflecting in the mirror, reflection of sun in the mirror, the Bimba Pratibimba. And also mentioned the limitations of this model. The last class I gave the example of the small pot and the big pot. Both are nothing but essentially clay. In fact, this is a better example. So in this example, we don't take the meaning of Pratibimba literally. But this example, it explains well the idea behind the model. If you remember and compare the examples, if you recollect what we studied, then definitely you will appreciate this example. So ultimately what this model wants to convey is Brahma being everything and all other things being Mithya, and dismissing Mithya, what is obtained at every level is Brahmatma only. That is the idea. Brahma is, it is Brahma, that is what it is. And Brahma is the Jagat Karana. The Jagat, when it is looked upon, when it is looked from the standpoint of the individual, Vyashti, when looked from the standpoint of individual, that it has 3 Vyashti Sharirams. 3 Vyashti Sharirams. And the same Jagat, when looked upon, when looked from the standpoint of the total, it is called Samashti, which has Samashti, 3 Samashti Sharirams. 3 Vyashti Shariram and 3 Samashti Shariram from the standpoint of Vyashti and Samashti. At the Vyashti level, Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and Stula Shariram. 3 Sharirams are there. At the Samashti level, Karana Prapancha, Sukshma Prapancha, Stula Prapancha. And all these individual Sharirams and the individual Prapanchams, it has its being in Brahma Chaitanya. And these individual Sharirams and Prapanchams, they serve as a medium for manifestation of Brahma Chaitanya, the consciousness. And that manifestation is called Pratibimbam. That manifestation is called Pratibimbam. The individual Sharirams and the Prapanchams, it acts like a medium for the manifestation of Brahma Chaitanya, and that manifestation is called Pratibimbam. The manifestation, that is the Pratibimbam of Brahma Chaitanya at the level of Karana Shariram is called what? We have seen long back. What is that? That is the Pratibimbam, the manifestation of Brahma Chaitanya at the level of Karana Shariram is called Prajnaha. If you remember, Prajnaha. Similarly, the manifestation, the Pratibimbam of Brahma Chaitanya at the level of Sukshma Shariram is called Taijasaha. And the Pratibimbam of Brahma Chaitanya at the level of Stula Shariram is called Vishvaha. So you know these 3 terms, Prajnaha, Taijasaha, Vishvaha. They are nothing but the manifestation, that Pratibimbam of Brahma Chaitanya at 3 different levels of Shariram, Karana, Sukshma and Stula. Therefore, 3 manifestations at the level of 3 manifesting mediums, Prajnaha, Taijasaha, Vishvaha. 3 manifestations at the level of Karana Shariram, Sukshma Shariram and Stula Shariram. And Chaitanyam being same, being one, it has different names at different levels of manifestation at the Yashti level. Therefore, Jivatma is nothing but Chaitanyam manifesting in the 3 Sharirams. That is Jivatma. Similarly, at the Vyashti level also, at the total level, Karana Prapancham, Sukshma Prapancham and Stula Prapancham. 3 manifestation mediums at the Samashti level. The manifestation, the Pratibimbam of Chaitanyam at the level of Karana Prapancham is called, it's a technical name, it's called Antaryami. It's called Antaryami. It's a new term. It is not covered in the Tattvabodha, but it is a technical term. The Pratibimbam of Chaitanyam at the level of Karana Prapancham, it is called Antaryami. And the Pratibimbam of Chaitanyam, Brahma Chaitanyam at the level of Sukshma Prapancham, it is called Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, another technical term. And the manifestation, the Pratibimbam of Chaitanyam at the level of Stula Prapancham, it is called Virat. It is called Virat. So, Antaryami, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. 3 manifestations at the level of Karana Prapancham, Sukshma Prapancham and Stula Prapancham. The same and the one Brahma Chaitanyam, it has different names. Antaryami, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, at the levels of different manifestations at the samashti level. And therefore, Paramatma is nothing but Brahma Chaitanyam manifesting at the level of three prapanchams. So, at the level of Vyashti or Samashti, the Chaitanyam, the manifestation of Chaitanyam at the three levels of manifesting media. At the Vyashti level, it is Prajnaha, Taijasaha, Vishvaha. At the Samashti level, it is called Antaryami, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. Ultimately, they are Jivatma or Paramatma is nothing but only Brahma Chaitanyam at the level of three Shariram or Prapancham. And therefore, finally, dismissing the manifesting media, which is Mithya, the manifestation at the level of Vyashti or Samashti, it is nothing but Chaitanyam, only Chaitanyam. The Chaitanyam, the consciousness, as though conditioned by Vyashti Prapancham, is called Jivatma. Another way of putting it. Similarly, the Chaitanyam, as though conditioned by Samashti Prapancham, it is called Paramatma. Why as though conditioned? Because the conditioning media is Mithya. So you can dismiss it. And we have seen there is difference in Mithya Upadhi. Difference in Mithya Upadhi between Jivatma and Paramatma. Because of the difference in Upadhi, Jivatma is limited in terms of knowledge and power, in terms of Jnanam and Shakti. That is why Jivatma is called Alpajnaha, Alpajnaha, Alpashaktiman. Alpajnatvam, the status of being limited in knowledge, that is Alpajnatvam. And Alpashaktimatvam, the status of being limited in power. So these are the attributes of Jivatma. They are limited. Whereas Paramatma is Sarvajna and Sarvashaktiman. Paramatma is Sarvajnatvam and Sarvashaktimatvam. Sarvajnatvam is the status of being all knowledge. Since he is a Jagat Karanam, therefore he is all knowledge. And Sarvashaktimatvam, the status of being all powerful. Therefore, whether it is Jivatma or Paramatma, both are conditioned by Upadhi. And Upadhi being Mithya, they can be dismissed, and essentially they are nothing but Shuddha Chaitanya, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness means no conditioning. And a Jnani knows this. A person of knowledge, he knows this. That is why Jnani can say, Aham Brahma Asmi. He can say confidently, Aham Brahma Asmi. Therefore, this Upadhi Veda, it accounts for the differences between Jivatma and Paramatma. We have seen all these things in the previous classes. We are only recollecting what we are. And the next line, what we saw, the text is, Evam Upadhi Vedat Jiva Ishvara Bheda Drishtihi Yavat Paryantam Tishtati Tavat Paryantam Janma Maranadi Rupa Samsaraha Na Nivartate. As long as this Veda Buddhi, Veda Drishti is there with regard to Jiva and Ishvara, that Veda Buddhi, that Veda Drishti is due to Upadhi Veda, so long Samsaraha Na Nivartate. Janma Maranadi Rupa Samsaraha Na Nivartate. Samsara in the form of Janma Marana, it will not go. It will not leave the Jiva. Tasmat Karanat Na Jiveshwarayoho Veda Buddhi Svikarya. Therefore, because of that reason, the difference between Jiva and Ishvara should not be accepted. Tasmat, therefore, Jiva Ishvarayoho Veda Buddhi na Svikarya. Therefore, the author says, may you not take the Veda Buddhi, the difference between Jiva and Ishvara, as real. The Veda Buddhi should not be taken as real. May you not give credibility to this Veda Buddhi. Why? Because this Veda Buddhi is not, it has no reality. Therefore, it should not be accepted as Svikarya. Aveda Buddhi alone should be accepted. Aveda Buddhi alone should be accepted, Svikarya. Veda Buddhi, not Veda Buddhi. That is what the author says. Tasmat Karanat na Veda Buddhi Svikarya. Therefore, may you gain Aveda Buddhi. May you gain Aveda Buddhi. As long as Veda Buddhi is there, as long as a person has Veda Buddhi, then he has to work for Aveda Buddhi. Because Veda Buddhi is a Samsara Karanam. Samsara Karanam, Veda Buddhi. Aveda Buddhi is Samsara Nivritti Karanam. Veda Buddhi is the cause for Samsara. The notion of division, it is the cause of all our problems. And when the cause is removed, the effect samsara also will go away. So Veda Buddhi is samsara nivritti karanam. Because Veda Buddhi is the cause, and removal of Veda Buddhi will lead to freedom from all problems. Tasmat, therefore, na svikarya. Veda Buddhi na svikarya. Therefore, one should not entertain Veda Buddhi between Jiva and Ishvara. Why? Because there is no Veda in reality. So one should have clear knowledge. Nishchaya Jnanam, one should have of Abheda Buddhi. One should have Nishchaya Jnanam of Abheda Buddhi based on Shastra. But you can also have Veda Buddhi provisionally. You can have Veda Buddhi provisionally. For example, in our daily prayers, we do a lot of prayers daily. We do Parayanam of Vishnu Sahasranam, Durga, Lalita Sahasranam, and various stotrams. In our Vedika lifestyle, we have a lot of prayers and rituals. In all of them, there is appreciation of Veda Buddhi. Why? It is for the people who are in the beginning stage of this spiritual journey. So, Veda Buddhi is traditionally accepted. Even with understanding of everything being Ishvara, there can be Veda Buddhi. Therefore, understand that Abheda Buddhi, it is not opposed to our prayers, daily prayers. It is not opposed to our rituals. If it is really opposed, then Bhagavad Pada would not have composed various stotrams and various devatas. Bhagavad Pada was a jnani. Bhagavad Pada, Shankaracharya was a jnani, and yet composed various stotrams on Devi, Shiva, and various other devatas. Why should he do that? If Abheda Buddhi is opposed to our prayers and rituals. Therefore, you have to understand, for a person who is not a jnani, this Veda Buddhi is a problem. Not for a jnani. Because jnani knows what it is. An ajnani thinks Jiva is Jiva and Ishvara is Ishvara. They cannot be the same. That is the approach of most of the people, ajnanis. The Tatparya Nishchaya of most of the people is Veda Buddhi. They see Veda in everything. Jiva Jiva Veda, Jiva Jagat Veda, Jiva Ishvara Veda, Ishvara Jagat Veda. It is Veda all the way. All the way there is difference in cognition, Veda Buddhi. This is why people want to go to Vaikuntha or Goloka after death. And there they want to sit in front of the Lord and do meditation. Or they want to go around the Lord and play with him. In the other loka also the same Veda Buddhi it continues. And this Veda Buddhi, it is the root cause of all the this Dvaita Darshan, this dualistic philosophy. For these Dvaitis, all the Jivatmas, they are nothing but they are ordinary mortal beings, Martyaha. Jivatmas are always ever limited and Jivatmas are ever incomplete. This is the idea which Dvaitis has. And the Lord Paramatma is the master of all the Jivatmas. Paramatma is the master and Jivatma is the servant. And Jivatmas are always limited, ever incomplete, and Paramatma is the master. So Jivatma and Paramatma, between them, there is always a master-servant relationship. This is the concept or the philosophy of the Dvaitis. And this concept, it tallies well with the differences what is already perceived by Jivatma. Already perceived by the Jivatma in the empirical world. Therefore, it is natural that all non-thinking would buy this idea of separation, this division. Because that is what they perceive. So they will buy this idea of Veda. That is a problem. Pujya Swamiji, he used to tell a story related to this Veda Buddhi, the Dvaitis idea. It's a nice story. It's a nice story on this idea of Dvaita, dualistic philosophy. All of us, really speaking, we start our life as a Dvaitis only. We start our life as a Dvaiti with Veda Buddhi. For the perception of duality, we don't need any philosophy. We don't need any darshanam because it is our perception. Before we begin to study Vedanta Shastram, we say firmly that I am different, Jagat is different, and Ishvara is different. That is what our perception. And after the study of Vedanta Shastram, if we still say the same thing, I am different, Jagat is different, Ishvara is different, then what did Vedanta Shastram really contribute? Then it means we have not gained anything from the study. Once there was a great Advaita teacher, great Advaita Guru was there. And he was teaching that all that is here is only one. Everything is one. We don't say there is no Ishvara, but we say all that is here is Ishvara only. This was his teaching, and so he was teaching, you are Ishvara, you are Sakshat Narayana himself. And there was a person who wanted to study with this teacher. But he got really upset with this teaching, the teaching of this Advaita teacher. The person thought, how can I be Narayana? How can I be Narayana? How can I accept myself to be Narayana? How miserable I am now in the world, and how can I be equated to Narayana? Therefore, what this teacher, Advaita teacher, teaches is sheer blasphemy. He thought like this, and he could not able to accept the teaching. And therefore, not being able to accept the teaching, he went to another teacher who was also living the same area. And he is the Advaita teacher, Dvaita teacher. And this Dvaita teacher said, no, you are not Narayana. You and Narayana different. You can never be one. This was his teaching. And the teacher taught the person for 12 years. The Dvaita teacher taught the Dvaitam to this person for 12 years. And what was the teaching? The teaching was that he is different from Narayana, Bhagavan. After learning from the Dvaita Guru for 12 long years, then this person, he wanted to prove this fact to his former Advaita Guru who was teaching Advaitam. Therefore, he went to him for a Vada Diksha. Vada Diksha. In those days, even for debate, you have to call the person with a protocol. That is called Vada Diksha. Begging for a debate. So he went to these former Advaita Guru. The Advaita Guru, he had a long beard. He had a long beard because he didn't shave it for many years. And now the beard has become so unmanageable, and therefore he wanted to get rid of it. So he called our local barber. Our local barber, who is called Murari. Murari is the name of the local barber. So he called Murari and asked him to give him a clean shave. At the time he was having his shave, this fellow, the person who wanted to have a debate, he came. He came and said, "Sir, I want to have a discussion with you." Then the teacher said, "Yes, we will have a discussion, but first let me have a shave, because Murari is waiting for me, so please wait. After the shave, I will have a bath, and then we can have our discussion." So Murari, he went ahead with his shaving. And when the shaving was over, Murari showed a mirror in front of the teacher. This was his custom, to show the mirror to the client after the shave. And the teacher, when he saw his image in the mirror, he was dumbfounded, because he had not seen himself in the mirror for the last 25 years. And when he saw himself in the mirror now, he screamed out of joy, "Oh Murari, what a brilliance you have given me. Just with a few strokes with your shaving blade, you have given me so much effulgence. You are my God. Oh Murari, you are not an ordinary Murari. You are Murari, the Lord Narayana himself." Saying this, the teacher, he just fell at the feet of the Murari. The poor Murari, the barber, he was shocked. He said, "No, no, no, Swami, you are a Mahatma. You can't fall at my feet." Saying this Murari, the barber, he pulled his feet away. Then the teacher replied, "No, Murari, you are too humble. You are too humble to accept my pranams." And again he fell at his feet. Then this Murari, he appealed to the person, the student who came for the debate, was waiting for the Vada Diksha, and he was watching the whole show. So he told him, "Sir, please tell him I am not that Murari, the Lord Narayana. I am Murari, a simple barber." Then the student who came for the Vada Diksha, he said, "Oh Swami, are you crazy? He is not Murari, the Lord Narayana. He is Murari, the local barber." Then the teacher asked, "Oh, is that so? Okay." Then saying that, he went away to take. And after the bath, when he came back, he saw that Murari had gone away, and the student also, who came for the debate, he also had gone away. Both of them were not there. Again, after half an hour, the student came back. He came back with a tray full of fruits and flowers, and placing at the feet of the Advaita Guru, and said to him, "Oh Lord, please teach me Brahman. Please teach me Brahman." Following the protocol now. The teacher asked, "Why? What made the difference now? Previously, you wanted to have a Vada discussion with me. Now, you want to have a Samvada teaching. Why? Do you know why? Because the student had understood that Murari A local barber, without any schooling, without any study of grammar or tarka, logic, or any shastram, he knows very well that he is not Lord Narayana. He had no doubt about it. Whereas this student, after studying for 12 long years with the teacher, he had not arrived at any different conclusion from what Murari had. And what is the difference between the conclusions of the unschooled Murari and the student? It is same. In fact, Murari was really better than this student. Without studying, he has a knowledge that he is not Narayana. And one need not study Shastram to know this fact. Therefore, the story gives a message that for Bheda Buddhi, for Dvaita Darshanam, you don't have to study anything. You don't have to study Shastra because it is our perception. Only for Abheda Buddhi, for Advaita Darshanam, we have to study because what Shastram says is different from our perception. Therefore, the vision, the Tattvaryam of Shastram is Advaitam, Abheda Buddhi. And if you have Abheda Buddhi, Ekameva Dvitiyam, then your dealing with the Jagat will be totally different. Then only Shastram becomes the Pramana. And you cannot arrive at Ishvara by your own Abheda Buddhi, by your Abheda Buddhi. You cannot arrive at Ishvara by your Veda Buddhi. And you cannot prove that Ishvara as a particular location. You cannot prove that Ishvara is different from Jagat. That cannot be proved. In fact, you cannot prove Dvaitam at all. Even perception doesn't or need not prove duality. Dvaitam. A person can say that there is duality, in my perception. Because I see you. I, the subject, seeing you, the object. That is, the perception is the perception of duality. I is a subject and you is the object. And object is not the subject is not the object. Subject and object both being there, therefore duality, Dvaitam is there. A person can argue. Please understand, we don't say that there is Advaitam when you don't see a second thing at all. We don't say like that. I see you. This is a fact. In spite of my seeing you or you are seeing me, there is Advaitam. How? I see you. It proves only one thing. What is that? I see you. That's all. It proves only that much. It doesn't prove Dvaitam or it doesn't prove Advaitam. It is Dvaitam or Advaitam, it is your conclusion. The conclusion is because you are different from me and therefore I see you. That is the conclusion. But is it the right conclusion? Or is it the concluded conclusion? If it is a concluded conclusion, then it's a problem. But if it is open for discussion, then we can analyze it. We can analyze it with examples. For example, in dream you see so many things. Does it mean they are different from you? You, the dreamer, and the dreamt, the world you dreamt, the Swapna Jagat you created in the dream. Are they different? The dreamer and the perception of the dreamer in the dream, are they different? They are not different. The dream experience, it denies a conclusion that the subject and the object should be different. Because I see it. Because I see it, it should be different. That conclusion is denied by the dream experience. Therefore, to say that Dvaitam is real because I see you, it's very well contradicted by the dream example. Just because you see so many parts, you can count so many parts, it doesn't mean Dvaitam. All that is there is only one clay. Therefore, the number or the varieties doesn't prove duality. In Swapna, you have so many objects, you have many objects and varied objects, both Jada and Chaitanya, and perception of all of them proves only non-duality, Advaitam. In fact, the perception proves that there is only Advaitam, non-duality. All that is here is only one consciousness. Every time the subject perceives something, the object, in consciousness alone, both the subject and the object, they reside. The subject and the object both exist in consciousness alone. Therefore, it proves only Advaitam, non-duality. The object is a variable. It goes on changing. The subject also keeps on changing in keeping with the object. Both are changing. Seer, seen, eater, eaten, smeller, smelled, toucher, touched, taster, tasted. All these keep changing. But both the changing subjects and the changing objects, they have the same plank of consciousness, which is Advaitam. Therefore, we can say without Advaitam, there cannot be perception. In fact, you cannot prove Dvaitam at all by perception. Therefore, any object you perceive, it cannot be away from consciousness. The object cannot be away from isness, the beingness. It is only because of avichara, no inquiry, by prakrutya, by ignorance alone, the Veda Buddhi is there. Only when there is no thinking, there is duality, Dvaitam. Therefore, what you need is Sukshma Buddhi. You need Sukshma Buddhi to appreciate the fact, the truth revealed by the Shastra. If you really begin to inquire properly with the help of Shastra Pramanam, then you will end up in Advaitam alone. Therefore, Tasmat Veda Buddhi na Svikarya. Veda Buddhi should not be accepted. Since Veda Buddhi is the cause of all our problems, therefore, na Svikarya. We should not entertain Veda Buddhi. Therefore, the problem is with the seer, not with the seen. Veda Buddhi is in the seer. It is not with the seen. Only a person having cataract in his eyes, he will ask to increase the brightness of the room. Any amount of increase in the brightness of the room cannot improve his sight. This is how we also think when we face our problems. We attribute the problems to the external jagat. But really speaking, where does the problem lie? The problem lies with us only, within us. We don't realize that problem actually lies within us. What we do is we attribute the cause for all our problems to the external jagat. The world is all right being what it is. There is no problem in the world. There is no point in attacking the world. What we have to do is we have to change our misconceptions. And our change in misconceptions is possible only by having the right knowledge. And this is what the Vedanta says. And this is the teaching of Vedanta. And therefore, Vedanta says, and Swamiji used to put it very nicely, you are the problem and you are the solution. You create a distance between you and Ishvara. That distance is a problem. And greater the perception of this distance, the deeper will be the problems of samsara. And when the distance is made lesser the distance, then the lesser will be the problems of samsara. In fact, the distance is not a physical distance, distance is only in our thought. Therefore, when there is no distance, then the samsara will disappear. And this state of no distance, it is called Aikyam. So when Aikya Jnanam is there, when Aveda Buddhi is there, then Janma Marana Virupa Samsaraha Nivartate, it disappears. Okay, now following the text, now having listened to the instruction, all these are the Upadesha given by the teacher. Now, having listened to the instruction so far, one student now is raising an objection. the student, he raises an objection. And what is the objection? He says, it is difficult to accept that one should entertain Abheda Buddhi. Why? Because when the difference is so clear between Jiva and Ishvara, then how can you say Veda Buddhihi na svikarya iti? Veda Buddhihi na svikarya iti? This is the objection. And this objection of the student, the author has put in the form of a sentence. I will read, you can repeat after me. This is a nice objection. We will come across such objections in many of the Bhashya also. So you can refer the text and repeat after me. Nanu Sahankarasya Kinchit Nyasya. It is Kinchit Nyasya. When you do the Sandhi, it becomes Kinchit Nyasya. Jivasya. That is Sahankarasya Kinchit Nyasya Jivasya. Just together. Then Nirahankarasya Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya. I'm splitting the sandhi there. Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya is there. Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya. Tattvamasi iti. Mahavakyat. Katam abeda buddhihi syat. Ubayogo viruddha dharma krantatvat.
Iti chet.
Okay, I will read once. I can listen. Nano sahankara kinchitnyasya jivasya nirahankarasya sarvajnasya ishvarasya tattvamasi iti mahavakyat katam aveda buddhihi syat upayogo viruddha dharma krantatvat iti chet. Okay, so he is giving the hetu for this the conclusion also. This is the objection raised by the student. Here you can take it as a student because the student wants to learn and the teacher gives him upadesha. So it is you can take it as a doubt in the form of objection raised by the student. Okay. Yeah, you can mute your mic now. Now I will explain this sentence. Since both the Jiva and Ishvara, they are endowed with different attributes, opposite attributes, in fact opposite attributes, how can we understand from the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, from the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, how can we understand the non-difference of Jiva? The Jiva is a limited individual with a small knowledge, and whereas Ishvara, who is free from any individuality and having all knowledge. How can we understand the non-difference between Jiva and Ishvara? Jiva is a limited individual and he is with small knowledge, Alpajna, and Ishvara is free from any individuality and is all knowledge, Sarvajna. So this is the objection raised by the student. This is a doubt the student has. Nanu, what is this Nanu? Nanu, this word you will come across commentaries. In Bhashya you will find Nanu. In commentaries, when there are discussion between the Purva Pakshi and the Siddhanta, Purva Pakshi is the opponent and Siddhanta is the person who wants to establish his conclusion, Siddhanta. Here in this context, you can take it as a Vedanti. When there are discussion between them, Purva Pakshi and Siddhanta, you will come across this word Nanu. Nanu indicates an objection. Sometimes it can be used in the sense of some kind of emphasis also. But here, it indicates an objection. And what is the objection? The objection is Jiva and Ishvara as opposite attributes, and so there cannot be Abheda Buddhi between them. So Abheda Buddhi, so Veda Buddhi, na स्वीकार्य इति यत् uktam tat na yuktam. Because Jiva and Ishvara as opposite attributes, so don't entertain Veda Buddhi. It is to say that it's not correct. Yat uktam tat na yuktam. Because the opposite attributes are clear. It's clear to me. Jiva and Ishvara, they are different. How can you say I have Aveda Buddhi? And here the student himself mentions the attributes of Jiva and Ishvara. And what are the attributes of Jiva? He says Sagankarasya. That is one. Number one, Sagankaraha. This Jiva has an individual ego. Jiva is conscious of his ego. Therefore, he is Sagankaraha. Agankarena sahavartate Sagankaraha. Agankaraha means identifications with this body mind sense complex, that limited I notion, that individuality. That is the main feature, main attribute of Jiva. Sahankaraha. Agankarena sahavartate. This individual Jiva, he has his own biography. That is Sahankaraha. So two attributes the student mentions here. One is Sahankaraha and the other one is Kinchit Nyaha. Kinchit means something. Kinchit is something. Because being an individual, there is a certain limitation on the knowledge what he has. The knowledge also is limited. He is not all knowing. He doesn't know everything. In fact, he has small knowledge. Kinchit Nyaha. Something. Kinchit Janati iti Kinchit Nyaha. So when you compare with all knowledge, the knowledge of Jiva is nothing. Therefore, is Kinchit Nyaha. Suppose if the Jiva thinks and attempts that let me increase my Jnanam, knowledge, then he goes on knowing more and more. But the problem is, the more and more he knows, he finds that his ignorance also increases. His knowledge when his knowledge grows, his ignorance also it grows exponentially. The more he knows, the more he finds he doesn't know. You cannot know a flower, in fact, totally. A flower has so many parts. So even a small flower we cannot know. And study of each part of a flower is a separate branch of study or research. Therefore, small flower we cannot know. And what to talk of knowing we have so many specialists to treat our body, and none of the doctor knows totally about the body. That is why a doctor he recommends another doctor for if you have some specific problem. For eyes there is a specialist. For heart there is a specialist. For lung there is another person. That itself shows the Jiva has certain limitations. He cannot know everything. He is not all knowledge. He is small knowledge. Kinchit Nyaha. The Buddhi has its own limitations. And that is the condition of Jiva. Now, that Jiva is addressed by the statement Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. Tat Tvam Asi. The meaning of Tvam is you. That you, the self, that is Atma with this Ahankara, the ego. And what are the attributes of Ishvara? Ishvara is Nirahankaraha and Sarvajnaha. That also the student mentions. Nirahankarasya Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya. Ishvara is Nirahankaraha. Ishvara is not the individual ego. And he is Sarvajna, is everything. If Ishvara is everything, how can he have an ego? So Ishvara doesn't have an ego. Therefore, out of Ishvara only everything is born, and Ishvara is everything. Therefore, there is no question of Ishvara having an ego. So, therefore, Ishvara is Nirahankaraha. Nirahankaraha. So, that Ishvara, that when you say Ishvara is Nirahankaraha, when you say Ahankara, when you say Ahankara implies that you should be something. You are a limited individual. You should be something with limited attributes. You should be special. That special means that you are different from everybody else. That is a special. But Ishvara doesn't have that kind of idea at all, because Ishvara is everything, and out of him only the whole Jagat has come. If you want to talk even a body for Ishvara, the whole universe is his body, and therefore, in that even in that, even in the whole Jagat, Ishvara has no particular identity. Even when the Ishvara takes a human body as an avatara, it is not because of Papa Punya that Ishvara comes in the form of an incarnation. Ishvara takes willfully a body for Loka Anugraha, and therefore, at no point of time, Ishvara has individuality. There is no ego. And Ishvara is Sarvajna, is all knowing. And being the cause of everything, Ishvara is all knowledge and he knows everything. When this is the condition of Ishvara, and the condition of Jiva being Alpajyaha and Kinchityaha and Sakankaraha, both the attributes of Jiva and Ishvara being Viruddha, the difference, the Viruddha between Jiva and Ishvara, Viruddha Dharma Akrantatvat, both of them have the opposite qualities. Akranta means being endowed with Akranta. Akrantatvat. Akrantatvat is the cause. Is the cause for showing the Viruddha, the opposite between Jiva and Ishvara. Uvayoho, Jiva Ishvarayoho, Viruddha Dharma Akrantatvat. Therefore, Sahankarasya Kinchitnyasya Jivasya Nirahankarasya Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya Katham Abeda Buddhi Syat. How can there be Abeda Buddhi, oneness between the two? How can I understand the oneness? And who said that there is oneness? Where do you find such teaching of oneness or this Aveda Buddhi? The author himself says that it is not my personal idea or my personal philosophy, it's what the Shastram says. Therefore, he quotes the Chandogya Upanishad, the Shruti statement. Tat Tvam Asi. Tattvamasi iti Mahavakyat. That Tattva stands for Ishvara and Tvam stands for the Jiva. And Asi means are. You are that. That Ishvara is you, the Jiva. And this Vakyam is called Mahavakyam, great sentence. So the student quotes what the teacher said. The student quoting Tattvamasi Mahavakyat. That is the Upadesha of the teacher. Therefore, he quoting that and stating the Viruddha between Jiva and Ishvara. And Mahavakyam, if you translate, it means great sentence. In fact, it is not a very long sentence or a great sentence. It is a simple sentence. It's a short sentence which has just only 3 words. Tat Tvam Asi. And the Mahavakyam is a technical word. Mahavakyam means the sentence, the statement which reveals the identity between the Jiva and Ishvara. That is called Mahavakyam. Great. The greatness is only in terms of what it reveals. Kandartha Bodhaka Vakyam, Mahavakyam. And the Mahavakyam, what the teacher quoted before is from Chandogya. The same thing the student is quoting and objecting to the teaching. Because the student has some difficulty in understanding the Mahavakyam, therefore he objects. Now, what will the teacher do? The teacher has to explain. The teacher will respond to the objection of the student so beautifully. that we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद जी.
Thank you.
Okay, धन्यवाद. Any doubts?
No doubt ji. Very much. The class was very awesome.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like the way she said awesome.
Thank you ji.
Thank you.